Escape from Hamas. Reporting from New York, here's Bill Hemmer.
Good evening, I'm Bill Hemmer, and this is a Fox News exclusive, Escape from Hamas. Once again, Middle East violence dominates the news. A murderous rain of missiles on Israeli cities, launched by the terrorist organization Hamas. Israeli defense forces pounding the Gaza Strip in retaliation. Streets full of fanatical demonstrators, many of them young men committed to killing in the name of God. This hour, we bring you a story of a young man, the son of a top Hamas leader who once led similar street protests. But his story ends in a way you will not expect. He says that after a long journey through darkness, he finally saw the light. As you're about to hear, that young man now has a lot to say, some things that will shock and offend many people. This Fox News investigation goes deep into the very heart of Hamas itself and inside one of Israel's highest security prisons, where Hamas also flourishes. And in the end, we will take you to a quiet Christian haven here at home in the United States. But this story begins in the crucible of contending religions in the old city of Jerusalem. Here's Fox News' Jonathan Hunt.
Millions of people have come to Jerusalem and found their lives changed. Muslims, Jews, Christians, even atheists have been deeply affected by the sights, sounds and history of this, the cradle of three of the great religions. For one young Palestinian man named Mosab Hassan, the change wrought by Jerusalem was different, even more profound and disturbing. He had grown up in the West Bank. His father, Sheikh Hassan Yousef, was a founder of Hamas, the radical Islamic group that now controls the Palestinian territories and which was founded with the aim of destroying Israel. And Mosab Hassan himself was a leader of the Islamic Youth Movement, an equally radical group. He personally fought Israeli tanks and troops on the streets of Ramallah. He was seen as a future leader of radical Palestinians. But a chance meeting right here at this spot would radically alter everything Mosab Hassan believed in. This is one of the entrances to Jerusalem's old city, home to some of the holiest places in the world. Among them, the Temple Mount and its western wall for Jews, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre for Christians, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock for Muslims. Mosab Hassan's chance encounter with a Christian tourist not only ripped apart his deeply held belief in the Muslim faith, it would also change forever his life and the lives of his family. Mosab Hassan believes with all his heart that that chance meeting might also very well change the world. And his denunciations of Islam are harsh and startling.
Every Muslim who read the Quran, if they allow themselves to listen to this Quran and believe in the same time that this is from God, I think they are sick and they need help.
Mosab Hassan says he got that kind of help and his life has indeed changed.
Thank you, Lord.
And like so many others around the world who've converted to Christianity, Mosab Hassan says all it took to set him on his journey was one reading of the Bible.
I loved Jesus immediately.
Why?
Love your enemy. That was the one that moved me from like deep and changed my life forever. I've been suffering for a long time. It's like my medicine became. It's not a drug. It's not given. It's not like Quran. Quran is a drug.
The Quran is a drug, you say?
Islam is a drug.
Incendiary words from a young man on a mission. But Mosab Hassan believes his story can change the lives of millions of Muslims, whose faith he feels is also in crisis.
I believe that Islam is collapsing already. Because
it's collapsing?
It is collapsing. It looks from the outside, it's growing, but from the inside, it's completely collapsing. It's not giving answers to the people. It's not improving their lives. It's not helping them at all. Within 10 years, that's it. Islam's going to be over.
So how did this faithful son become so disillusioned with everything the powerful father he loved and admired brought him up to believe in? What led him to become so disgusted with Hamas, the movement his father helped to found, that he now repeatedly and bitterly denounces it? How did he lose faith in radical Islam and turn instead to evangelical Christianity? And how does he plan to persuade millions of Muslims to abandon their faith, a faith he says is misguided, or as he now puts it, is nothing more than a drug? And how did he escape the hell of the Middle East conflict and end up in a place many consider paradise on earth? Mosab Hassan's journey from the west bank of the Jordan River to the west coast of America, from the crucible of radical Islam to the heart of the Christian faith, when we return.